I was a high-level athlete, and I started comparing my body with other women because I wanted to be the best diver in the world, and to be the best diver in the world, I needed to look like the best divers in the world, and I didn't think my body was fit enough. And I started developing an eating disorder that just really took control of my life.
Which, I guess growing up, eventually I committed a sin that I felt was a mortal sin. So then instead of running to God, I ran away from God because, I thought that He wouldn't forgive me anymore.
I was driving and I was crying and I was telling myself, oh, what would happen if I, drove into this guardrail? Like, would anyone care? Would anyone come to see me? Like, what would happen? I didn't have any for love. I didn't have a purpose in life.
So the medical condition I was diagnosed with was thoracic outlet syndrome. My first rib and my muscle that was attached to it was compressing my nerve, my artery, and my vein going into my left arm.
It's at that point that my heart is beating too fast to pump blood sufficiently. And so if instead of 6 or 7, I'd had 100, 300 beats in a row, I'd literally be having a heart attack.
I had a pretty close call with death. I went to the hospital, I became aware that I was type 2 diabetic, and the doctors told me that I should be dead. The doctors told me that they were surprised, like they never seen that before from where I was at. And I told them God gave me a second chance at life, essentially.
At Cru and Athletes in Action, and just my friends that I developed through there, the leaders in both of those organizations just allowed me to know that this trial, this tribulation, was just going to grow me into the man that God planned for me to be.
The devil's always knocking on your door, no matter where you go, whether it's Saturday night, even Mondays. So that's been huge for me. It's just getting around athletes, and it just lets me know that I'm not on this journey alone.
And so I decided to go to a spring retreat with them, and it was there when I finally understood what gospel is really about. I understood it's not about me trying more and being good enough, or maybe being able to do something bad because I'm good in other areas, but it's just about giving everything to Jesus, and it's not about what I do for Him, but about what He did for me.
Cru just really opened their arms for me and believed in me when I felt like I was doing a lot of things wrong, and answered my prayers to just be used. And I don't really know what's coming because I didn't picture myself ever joining Cru like this.
My life started changing without me even trying. I started moving away from my eating disorder, and I can't even explain to you how it really happened, but I started focusing more on who God says I was rather than who the world says I was, or maybe who I saw myself as.
All the blessings that He's bestowed upon me and bringing me to this point, and I know that our relationship is going to get that much better, and I'm looking forward to the blessings that He has for me.
Feeling sad when I was feeling alone, when I was struggling through things, and also to grow, to be able to learn more about God and about myself and Him, and really find my identity in God. And through this community, it's just been an amazing time that I've been able to make friends and even just expand on campus and get to know people.
And grace and God's forgiveness. And it changed my life, my perspective of God. It changed my life and my perspective on God in general. And I began going to Cru regularly and listening to the messages.
I kind of felt like I was at a dead end before I even came to Cru. I really think coming to Cru opened up a lot of doors, and not just for my own needs, but also for God's needs for me, what He wants me to do. And I think that's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
And I've also found that, when the Spirit of God is inside you, inside yourself, inside your soul, the person's right. You see it carry over onto, other aspects of your life, whether it's sports, in the classroom, everywhere. When your mind's clear, the Spirit of God is within you. You can do a lot of things and accomplish a lot of things.
I don't want to go one more day without having Christ as my Savior. And I think what I really wanted was that same relationship in my own life. So that relational aspect is probably what drew me into teaching as well.
Through that, I definitely learned the value of life. God just gave me a great perspective about how precious life is and how short a time we have on this earth.
Because now I'm loved by God, and I've been on different mission trips where I got to share my faith to different people in different cultures. I've got to learn and grow as a leader, and now I'm a student leader at Cru at FIU. I'm even interested in probably interning once I graduate.
Students pass through my classrooms, and they come back years later, 2 years later, sometimes 10 years later, and they remember what you say.
God has just done some amazing things where now I've answered my call to full-time ministry, and now just moved back to Miami to plant a new church, the Rock Fellowship, and through this whole roller coaster ride, my wife and I, now having 7 children, are experiencing God in a way I never would have imagined.
Commit my playing to, and then after I'm done, to give back to the game, to give back to Athletes in Action and serve on ministry are huge goals that I have, and it's all because I opened that door to him after he was knocking for so long and saying yes to him.
In a low point in my life, possibly losing the chance to play football again, to now being able to inspire others with my story and making it back on the field, and how I can be a servant through Christ and telling my story to others.
My name is Gavin Grebe.
My name is Davon Reed.
My name is Bianca Blanchard.
My name is Brad Kaya.
My name is Andrew Lopez.
My name is Brittany Viola Gonzalez.
I'm Chris Barroso, and I am Cru.
And I am Cru.
And I am Cru.
And I'm Cru.
And I am Cru.
And I am Destino.
I'm Athletes in Action.
I am Athletes in Action.
And I am Athletes in Action.
And I am Athletes in Action.